last week I interviewed Cynthia Erivo.
Did you?
I know.
Did it go well?
Kristen Chenoweth has liked the video.
Woo!
In unfortunate Wicked news, the Barbie dolls were released. Now, when you click that link, you are not taken to Wicked, the movie's official website.
Aren't you? Do you really think this is unfortunate? I think you're delighted.
You're in Emsolation.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first ever YouTube-only edition of Emsolation. On the podcast feed this week and next week, we are going behind the scenes with the creators behind my stand-up show, Outgrown. We wanted to give everybody a taste. I, of course, have my Arena Spectacular coming up on December the 7th at Margaret Court Arena. And we just thought it would be nice for people to understand all the work and all the incredible people that went in behind the scenes. People were interviewed without my knowledge, put together by my executive producer, Mr. Benjamin Wasley. So that is what is on your podcast feeds. Due to the success of our video last week, I felt the need to pop something online again because I'm scared of the algorithms. I don't understand them. It's like the cloud. It's like AI. I understand they're very powerful, but I don't quite get them, so I feed them.
Are you hoping I'll be as compelling and emotional as Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo?
No.
I mean, obviously I can sing that well, but...
Clearly. So we're here now. Normally, this is called the sealed section. It's something that we put out every week through our premium subscription service. Ben is here to tell you the information because I'm uncomfortable. So how do people access Emsolation Extra and Emsolation sealed section?
All you need to do is go to emsolation.supercast.com and sign up. It's really easy. And then for less than $3 a week, you can watch these sealed section episodes every week. Or if you want to do the lower end of things, you can just get the audio version for less than $2 a week.
Yes.
It costs nothing.
It costs nothing. I'm phased out. We'll put all the links below. And I'm freaking out because the algorithms, people only give us 7 seconds. So we better put something sexy at the start. You are not going to believe what's coming up on the show today. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. The algorithms are going to reward her. We don't understand it. Please don't leave.
That opening did make me think that someone should make a comedy about a hag who goes into whoring and her gay best friend is her pimp, her sassy pimp.
I'd watch it.
My sassy pimp. Is the name of...
No, seriously, we need to find a good 7 seconds from somewhere else in the app to put at the start so people hang in there with us.
Okay.
Yeah, people really, our attention spans are shit.
Yeah.
We have lots to talk about today. We want to talk about the response to the Wicked interviews that I did last week and all the many A-list celebrities that have either commented or liked. We also want to talk about an unfortunate incident involving the Wicked Barbie dolls. We have comments on Nicole Sherzinger and her comments on Russell Brand's hat situation. We're going to talk about Trump for a bit.
I was going to say, I love it that like on the list of things that have happened in the world, a distant fourth, the complete and utter revolution that's happened in America for which we're all going to be strapped to. Probably for the rest of our lives we'll be living in the effects of whatever it is that we're entering into. But
for the moment we are living in denial. A place
that's
I
good,
am
yeah.
the mayoress of.
We know something potentially bad's coming, but the next few months...
Cleansing heart.
It's Glicked Weekend.
Glicked Weekend. Something for the girls, something for the gays, something for the them, something for the theys.
Oh,
and the
that's
straight boys.
catchy.
Something for the straight boys. I mean, they like gladiator here.
I think so. I reckon straights will show up for Wicked too.
Oh, 100%.
Everyone knows Wizard of Oz.
It's Glicked. When did we decide on Glicked?
I've been seeing it a lot. Well, it's actually not in Australia because we get Gladiator first. But if you're in America, you get them on the same day.
Got it.
Same weekend. And then Moana, of course.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So last week I interviewed Cynthia Erivo.
Did you?
I know. Ariana Grande, Ethan Slater, and Marissa Brody.
Did it go well?
It went okay. Kristen Chenoweth has liked the video.
Woo!
Ariana Grande has commented and liked both videos. It's gone quite well. Thank you to everybody who shared it and liked it. The Americans trying to figure me out on TikTok has been hilarious. They don't quite. My vulnerability and earnestness made a lot of people uncomfortable, I've learned. But it's funny. It just washed off me. Anytime someone said, oh, this is over the top, she's being dramatic, I was like, and?
Yeah. It's my
Yes,
brand. What
guilty,
are you talking about?
true.
Yeah.
On my tombstone.
You're welcome to go and watch all the other boring interviewers. There's 87 of them.
Truly. So I think it was weirdly, because it came from such an honest place, any criticism I got of it, I just genuinely felt like, oh.
Yeah. No, I mean, great.
I was at ground zero in that interview.
I want more. I want more A-listers to come into the emotional cyclone.
I wish so. And I will say that my videos collectively now have had about 10 million views, more so than the mainstream media outlets. And yet we struggle to get interviews at this podcast.
And sponsors.
And advertisers. But it just goes to show that I just think a lot of the PR industry and the movie makers and all that machine is still stuck in the old school media thinking that's the way to go. But
Yeah, like the Democratic Party, is that what you're saying?
Trump gets elected because he embraces Elon Musk and Joe Rogan.
Bro podcasts.
Who'd have thought? But I mean, it does make sense with Trump because he is really, say what you want about him as a politician, he's very media savvy.
Yes.
That
he's
guy
a showman.
is, and he,
red light performer.
Apparently, Barron did a lot, his son did a lot of advising.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with that? That seems fine. Anyway.
Look, you take a lot of advice from Chella.
I do. Yet if I put Chella and Barron up against each other in terms of ethics, morals and values, I would back my child in 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Just on the people who raised her.
Me too. I've literally never heard Barron speak.
Imagine having Melania
very
as a mother.
tall.
Barron, please stop speaking.
Barron, it's Christmas.
Bleach the turkey. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my mind.
We are having a crimson blood red tree.
Ox blood gouch. I don't know why I said that. Okay, but in an unfortunate wicked news, the Barbie dolls were released. And
Do you really think this is unfortunate? I think you're delighted.
Look, if we did feed into EI, wicked themed news stories, AI not EI.
She's with it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm savvy. Oh, Barron Trump. If we did feed into their news stories for M. Rossiano, please generate a headline.
Yeah.
Mattel accidentally putting a porn site on the back of the Wicked Barbie dolls would fall within the Venn diagram of M. Rossiano.
It would.
AI made the boxes. That's the first thing you need to know.
That shocks me.
Yeah, so it was an AI mistake.
Okay.
So on the back of the Barbie dolls, it says www.wicked.com. Now, when you click that link, you are not taken to Wicked, the movie's official website.
Aren't you?
You are taken to a website where you'll see Kenzie in Kenzie Loves Girls 2. It's the sequel. Oh, the first one, amazing. Ripped off not to be nominated for many Oscars.
But also, can I say, it's a wicked colour palette.
But this is the thing. If the folks over at wicked.com are currently making a adult film about two witches who meet at uni and end up in a throuple with a scarecrow, I don't know if we can go on as a society. If they are not capitalising...
Or with the wizard.
Well, I mean, the wizard and
I. The wizard and I.
The wizard.
The wizard and you and I.
Well, I was thinking about the songs I would like to see.
Oh, yeah.
If we were going to be doing an adult film version of Wicked.
Yeah.
I Am That Girl.
Ah.
No Good D goes unnoticed.
It just comes so natural to you.
And Defying Gravity works, but it's a beautiful, think Aladdin and Jasmine, but it's Elphaba and Glinda nude on a broomstick just flying around Oz singing to each other. Stunning.
That is the most hilarious
it's
mistake.
The greatest advertising.
At this point, everything with Wicked is good marketing and good, everything goes viral. And if you were worried that have they lacked clickbait articles recently, then this came along. Fantastic. Just to give them another burst before
I'm
the
sure
opening
they're
weekend.
wrapped. I'm sure they're so happy about it.
Well, I think it's separate from the film. I don't think it's going to stop anyone from going.
On theme.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't wait to see why Kenzie Loves Girls 2. I'm glad because I just felt like in one we never got to the bottom of it.
Is there already witchy porn?
Of course.
I mean, there's everything porn.
Joking?
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right.
Is there witch porn?
Is there Wicked / fiction? Are people writing fan fiction of Elphaba and Glinda? Of course.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Do you know I mentioned Cece and Hillary in that interview and they both knew.
I do. I have watched the video.
I mean,
multiple times. I even played it to my mother.
Did you?
Yeah. She likes it. She's a Cynthia fan in particular.
Oh, good.
She doesn't quite know what she thinks of Ariana yet, but it's lack of exposure. She'll get there. She'll be in it. She's excited to see it. You've made my mum book her tickets for Wicked. Yeah.
Due to overwhelming demand, M. Rossiano has added a second Melbourne show of Outgrown at Margaret Court, Mariah Carey Arena on December 7th.
It is because of me ADHD is so popular now. But I thought it was time to bring it back fresh for the Instagram era, you know? ADHD, this time it's for the girls. #feminism. Now look, I also found out that I am autistic. Are you wooing because you're also autistic? So you missed the social cue, okay? And if I'm going to run these classes, we'll need our own puppet. I'm going to suggest we get a dragon, and we will call her Menopausia.
Tickets are selling fast. Get yours at frontiertouring.com/Mrussiano.
All I knew about menopause was I would just hear one final exhausted
You can't afford to miss this critically acclaimed show.
Speaking of queer culture, Nicole Sherzinger.
I'm going to say Scherzinger, but I really want you to keep committing to Scherzinger.
I normally say Scherzinger.
Nicole Scherzinger.
What is it?
Scherzinger, I think.
You know, I've interviewed Nicole Sherzinger
Yeah.
famously.
Yeah, and then famously they were here touring and Lady Gaga was the support act.
I interviewed Lady Gaga
Yeah.
first before being ushered in to interview the Pussycat Dolls when I was in Perth.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Gaga in the interview was outstanding. And when I tell you, Lady Gaga opened for Pussycat Dolls, she had 3 dancers and cardboard boxes that her team had assembled in Perth and was outstanding. And she was on another planet when I interviewed her. It was everything I hoped for. And then I got taken into PCD and as I have told this story many times and it will stay with me till I die, Nicole Sherzinger was in full splits for the entire 7-minute interview.
Respect.
In a Juicy Couture tracksuit, did not move from the splits.
Did she even alternate the direction of the split?
There was a lot of like moving around.
my
no, there
God,
was like,
wow.
she was just stretching. I was
Wow.
sitting there just going, girl, respect.
Well, as we've seen, she has brought the splits to her performance as Norma Desmond.
And did Norma request that? Does she need
Does
it?
she require it? I'm
Absolutely
not
not.
sure.
Who
It's a
cares?
reinterpretation.
With all that in mind, Nicole is currently starring as Norma Desmond on Broadway in Sunset Boulevard. Did anyone ask for another Sunset Boulevard remake? Absolutely not.
No, but this is quite a departure from the original Sunset Boulevard. I weirdly have seen multiple productions of Sunset Boulevard going back to Hugh Jackman.
That's not weird.
I know. Well, he played Joe Gillies in the original. And I mean, Sunset Boulevard in
Shit.
as Patti LuPone said, it is a lumbering musical.
And there's no accounting for taste.
No accounting for taste. Yeah, but having said that, Barbara Streisand used the number as if we never said goodbye as the opening of her 1994 concert tour. I mean, how gay could I get? So it kind of had legendary songs.
How gay can I get, says the man sitting there in a Beaches t-shirt.
How gay? That's all right.
No gay.
Hi gay, hi gay,
That's
hi
right.
gay.
But it was not a fabulous musical. But this production, he's completely like torn it apart and restaged it and done all these incredible stuff with like cameras and screens. Like at one point, the male lead goes out onto the streets of New York and a camera tracks him around and it's all projected in the theatre and then he storms in through the exit and comes onto stage.
And people have been saying she's singing her face off.
She
This
is.
it. She's going to depart from the dolls finally.
She is not missing a power note, put it that way.
My daughter's obsessed with it. That's all I hear from her room. I mean, she said sing, girl. I mean, Nicole can sing. There's been no doubt about that. But
absolutely.
she has had like the musky impulse bodily spray scent of Pussycat Dolls hanging over her.
She has. It's a hard scent to get rid of.
Hard scent to get rid of. And so this was kind of, and she even said that in an interview, finally people will be able to see me.
Oh, she said that in multiple interviews.
But sadly,
What? Something went wrong.
that's not the right one. I don't have I need like a
Big mistake. What
Yeah.
about big mistake?
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Oh dear. The day after the election, she chose. She was just on her phone, just scrolling after wiping all the blood off her.
Maybe
She-
backstage. Who knows? Yeah.
She saw a little post from our friend Russell Brand.
Oh, our wholesome friend Russell Brand.
Not our friend. He's not our friend. He's been accused of heinous behaviour.
Yeah.
And is a massive Trump supporter.
Yeah. And now a Christian, apparently.
That's just what Christianity needs.
Mm.
That makes sense. You can have him. So, and what did she do? You want to?
He had a hat. Here we go. Where do I get this hat? Molt 3 exclamation marks, please note. Question mark, and then prayer, then heart. Where do I get this hat?
I just think there's nothing
Make
sus about
Jesus
a
first
man
again.
facing multiple accusations of sexual misconduct and having questionable politics. I just think there's nothing dodgy about him finding Jesus.
No.
Nothing at all. I feel like he found Jesus and Jesus was like, not today.
No.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Off you go. Yeah, so she's just, the day after. Now, obviously, the political connotations, that hat is the MAGA hat. make
Obviously.
America great again. Coupled together with his dubious past and all the things going on with him, plus the connotations behind that hat, Sherzinger thought it was a good idea to just comment underneath just the day after the election. Now, need I remind you, who keeps the Great White Way afloat?
Oh, the gays. The lefties. The whole rainbow, LGBTQI+.
And they were looking for someone to blame for Trump.
Yeah.
And they found it in the former lead of the PCD.
Yeah.
Because they've turned. And that Tony is slipping through her fake bloody nails.
She's won the Olivier when she did it in London. And I think it was widely assumed that it was going to be a cakewalk to the Tony for Nicole Scherzinger.
Somewhere, Patti LuPone is laughing maniacally, sculling a gin, clinking her eyes. Suck shit, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, has Patti commented yet? We're waiting. Everyone's waiting for Patti.
We know that Patti was going to say. Patti famously, I mean, the drama behind this role in general, Patti played it, originated it in London, thought she was going to get it in America, and then Andrew Lloyd Webber, that fucking bastard. Sorry, can I swear?
Do it, yeah.
He gave it to Glenn Close, and Patti was not happy. But then there was more drama because then when it went to LA, they cast Faye Dunaway. Turns out she couldn't sing it. And so she was sacked, and then she did one of the most hilarious press conferences talking about how offended she was.
Patti?
No, Faye Dunaway.
Faye Dunaway.
It's one of the campest things ever. So this is a role that is always surrounded by drama. Even in Australia, there was a lot of stuff going on for Deborah Byrne, who was our... and she was having all these shows off. Even most recently, Sarah Brightman was having to have a few rostered days off. There's something about this role. People lose their minds.
They do. And
Nicole Scherzinger.
I'm just going to say that she said that her message was not a political statement. It was one about love, compassion, and unity, which are all values of the Trump party. I think I would definitely equate that.
So hang on. Is she thinking that it's like make Jesus first? So it's like someone say, let's put politics aside, let's just put God or religion first.
In her mind, she's like, everything is torn up at the moment.
Yeah.
What we all need to do is just turn to our faith. And this hat is just bigging up Jesus. It's just like, it's Jesus merch. It's not related to the MAGA movement at all. I don't know why. How unreasonable for anyone to think that this image is related to the Donald Trump MAGA movement. What a stretch.
How dare we... even impugn in any way the objectives of the ringleader of PCD.
Oh my God. She's put the big, massive apology out, and at no point did she actually denounce. At no point did she say, I did not vote for Trump.
No.
She just said that this comment doesn't reflect who she voted for.
Yeah.
But again, if you take that literally, yeah. Well, Jesus wasn't on the ballot, so okay. But you're still not denouncing Trump enough for me, babes. I'm interested to see what happens. Do you think she's lost to Tony?
I
know.
I feel like she really laid down on that sword. Like that was a long statement. She's pulled it back. I think it would depend on the competition at this point.
Okay.
I think she's sort of got herself back in the race, but there would be some people that are like, forget it.
All right. Now, before we go, I don't know if you've heard Kamala Harris lost.
Oh.
Yeah. She lost hectically. Like, shit, they got pasted. There would be a lot of people at the Democratic Party just looking in the mirror going, what the fuck?
I know.
What's going on?
Those little graphs they do when they do which area swung right or left, and it was like a sea every. Having said that, though, weirdly, of course, now that they're properly counting California, the popular vote isn't as crushing as it's. I mean, he's still got it, but there's probably going to be about 2 million difference between the two of them, which isn't like the country is still brutally divided.
So how did he do it? He flipped the battlegrounds.
All seven, which is wild. He deliberately
made an outreach to a demographic that has never really engaged with voting before and went and met them, which I said over and over again, she should have done Rogan. She should have done it. Why is she not going everywhere he's going? Because that man's reach is terrifying. And I think the Rogan interviews tipped him over. I do. He did 3 hours. It was wild and incoherent, but he was there and he was present and he was in Rogan's space with Rogan's audience. And in the end, Rogan did endorse. He also obviously got Elon Musk, king of the bros, So he managed to create a whole voting army that, was unknown. And his policies focused on just two things, which is what I said, and I said it to you in a podcast and you poo-pooed me, but you don't spend as much time on Reddit as I do. People can't afford their groceries, and he was directly addressing that. She was doing all this weird dancing around with, we're going to change this and we're going to stop price gouging.
Yeah, she had detailed policies.
But he was just saying the thing and the immigration. But what he did was he went to immigrants and said, you're here legally. I'm protecting you. You're us. You're American. I'm talking about people who are trying to queue jump. And you ask any immigrant, you ask my dad, anyone who came to this country who doesn't do it the right way and the hard way like they did it, fucking get out. Get out. You want to find, who the most intolerant people are of migrants? Other migrants.
Your father.
Other migrants. No. He capitalized on that. He got them.
But don't you think? I mean, I agree. All that, and it is incredible. Like if you go down the rabbit hole of Democrats speculating on where they went wrong. Whoa, what a ride! Like some people saying she was too far right, she was too far left, she shouldn't have done this.
It's so obvious.
But I think I just feel like. It's a much like it doesn't matter how much you say no, the economy is doing well. Like the US, we were there last year. No. The wealth disparities in that place are terrifying, and you can't deny. And you need someone that's going to come in and say we are going to take drastic.
You're going to be able to afford your milk and eggs.
Yeah,
and that's what he was saying.
But it can't be because we've got a price gouging thing. Because it needs to be. And
it's a total lie. He can't change that and flip that in 4 years.
No,
but
although the thing that kills me. This happens like every single time. Like when he came in the first time, Obama had to take us from the economic collapse of 2008 back to solvency. And then he got to like right after that. And then everything destroyed with COVID. And it has been coming back. And now he's got it like he's got it again.
Yeah.
It's going to play better for him than if he did 2 consecutive terms because it really will. But having said that, the billionaires will only get drastically richer. I mean, there's no question about that. And I mean, all of his tariff plans and everything, okay.
Well, it's going to be 4 years of a rough ride. I'm tipping right now Shapiro will contest the next election for the Democratic Party. I don't know who the Republicans are going to pull through. I mean, by all rights, maybe Vance, but we'll see how he goes.
The other thing that I would say is, America has this system where they have the primary, and I think now you can see more than ever how critical it is that you have that. Like, no one expected Barack Obama to be the person to surge through. No one expected Bernie Sanders, not that he got there in the end, but like the fact that there wasn't that whole thing where people road test going out there and saying, and also the fact that she was in this impossible position of she's the vice president. She can't, like the people saying, she should have like separated herself, but she's the government too. How can she
she can't.
They needed someone who was going to be able to say this is what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And
maybe it should have been Bernie in the end.
Oh, I mean,
never know.
He went on Rogan. Rogan used to be a Bernie bro.
I know. Why does no one listen to me? I said this. She should have gone on Rogan. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know. I feel very unhinged about the whole YouTube experience, but we'll see how it goes. Please come to my stand-up show on December the 7th at Margaret Court Arena.
If it's any consolation, I don't feel like your hingedness is a quality that people are flocking to you for. I feel like if people are. What is it?
What even is hinged?
We don't want a door that just opens calmly like that. We want some sort of like it could completely fall down.
Thank you. I think. Follow us at Emsolation Podcast on Instagram. You can follow me at Emrussiano on Instagram, at Mr. Michael Lucas over there. We'll be back.
What a joy of content you'll get from me.
You'll be back soon. He doesn't repost anything from this show, so don't expect to see
Well, I mean, that is all I repost. All I do.
Of Emsolation on Michael's socials. Bye.